from 6:30. So make it a date with us because we have so much for you. Some bit of laughter, and most importantly, it is a very informative show that kickstarts your day, brightens up your day with information you need to know as you go about business, both locally and internationally. Now, today I'm having something very interesting for you, our viewer, something that is becoming a way of doing things, because each of us at one time, you need to sit under a coach. Now, I'm not going into soccer, please don't rush there, or football or anything like that, or sports. No, a mind coach. This morning I have a very interesting guest, I must say. All the way from Nigeria. He's traveled different continents, traveled a number of countries on the African continent. And what does he do? Well, he is a mind, behavior, change, and life coach. So it's not athletes, it's not sports, but it's all about mind, behavior, change, and life coach. I'm sure you're ready to understand more about this. So join me, welcome one of my guests today, who is Dr. Larry Oloshola. Well, hope I got the name very right.
You did. Well done, Robert. Truly is an honor and a privilege to be, on the show with you this morning. Thank you for having me.
And then on my extreme end, I have Samson. I won't call him Sam. I'll call him Samson. That is a buyer from Coach Africa. You're most welcome.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you.
I must say, I love your coat.
Thank you. Thank you. And please call me Sam.
Sam.
Thank you.
Well, I'm so much rooted in the Christian faith, and that story of Samson is one that scientifically I've not understood. So I love calling that name, but of course God's ways are different. Now, I want to begin with Dr. Larry here. When we talk about a mind coach, for the interest of my viewer, who are we referring to? Because today there are two similar or different words, but good I have you with me. We have in Uganda today, the country you've visited, we have so many people who refer to themselves as motivational speakers. One told me where you leave that session, you can right ahead go to the zoo. You say all is possible. I can do this and that. Then coaches are not that very common, at least for Uganda, but also they are there. So just give us a difference and what these do.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. So who is a mind coach, or what does a mind coach do? And I like the fact that you referenced Samson from the Bible. And so let's take a very important, very critical statement from there. It is written that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So we are all products of our thoughts and our feelings. In fact, we all live within an environment, and the dynamics within our environment influence our thoughts. So we're nurtured into nature. And your thoughts influence your beliefs. Your beliefs influence your emotions. Your emotions influence your decisions.
I'm seated under a coach, people. Please just make sure you follow critically. Let's continue.
And your decisions influence your actions. And your actions produce your results. So if you want to change your results, which is one of the most critical things that people want to be successful. People want to be happier. People, want to make more money, right? Those are outcomes and results. If you want to change that, you have to ask yourself, what is the epicenter of that outcome? And the epicenter of that outcome is your beliefs and your thoughts. So what does a mind coach do? A mind coach helps you understand the thinking, the belief system, and the emotions, and the decisions that influence your actions and your outcomes. And we all, right, think approximately 60,000 thoughts a day. That's right, Robert. 60,000 thoughts.
No matter the age shape.
Yeah, 60,000 thoughts a day. Now, 70% of all of those thoughts are negative, limiting, disempowering thoughts.
70%?
Yeah, so if you are thinking 70% negative, limiting, disempowering, then you are taking negative actions and producing negative outcomes.
Very true.
So what a coach does, a mind coach does, is helps you identify your thinking patterns, your belief system, your decision-making system, right? And helps you reprogram that for optimal output. Wow. So it's almost like we help you reinstall your software. If there's a virus in your software, we help you get rid of that virus and install an antivirus system, because we're like computers. We're hardware, software, and programs. So what programs are you running? Because each and every one of us, we're a product of the programs that we're running. What software has been installed in your system? Is it optimal? Is it functioning well or not? And that's what a mind coach does. Just like a software engineer, we help you ensure that your software delivers the results and the outcomes that you want.
Well, very interesting. And I love, of course, he's a visitor in this country, and the gentleman I'm with, that is the mind coach I'm having, he's on a mission to Uganda. And I love a key phrase, that is, it is possible. He's here for 2 days, but one of the very interesting phrases is, it is possible. And of course, he will be taking Ugandans through 50 secrets of the world's most successful people. Who doesn't want to be successful? But these guys have 50 secrets, and you need to know about these secrets. Now, let me just move to Samson. Samson from Coach Africa. What does Coach Africa do, and what is the relationship with Doctor and Coach Africa?
Thank you, Robert. Coach Africa was the first coaching firm in Uganda. We were established in 2006. Really, not just Uganda, actually East Africa. And so we have been carrying out coaching. It's our flagship coaching, but at the time, coaching was really not very well known. But also, on the other hand, our vision is nurturing African excellence. And we believe in spotting and sparking hidden potential, which is what Dr. Olusola has indicated. But if you are doing that, and you are doing it as in your little small corner, we are not going to impact Africa. It will take us a very, very, very long time. And we know in today's world, among the critical success factors is partnership and collaboration. And so for us, it is a wonderful opportunity for us to be collaborating with Dr. Olusola. And I'll just give you a little small illustration of that. 2 years ago, African Centers for Disease Control wanted to start a leadership program in Africa, and that includes countries that speak French, that speak English, Arabic, and Portuguese. And at that time, they concluded that there wasn't a coaching firm. Part of that program included coaching, and they said there's no firm in Africa that can do it. And so that program was going to be contracted to firms outside Africa. And in the end, it is a partnership of firms across Africa that came together and were able to get this program run by Africans. And so it is those partnerships that are going to enable us to get to that level where we can provide such service across the entire country, rather than for us to stick in our little small corners. And so for us, it's a wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
So you're hosting Doctor?
Yes, yes.
Well, I love the power of partnership, and you can't doubt it. In business, in any aspect, partnership is power. and strength. Now, coming back to Doctor, when you talk about is it possible, as Africans, and good you're one, there are certain things like, just as Samson has said, that we do sometimes either take for granted or we rarely understand their value, impact, and relevancy. And one of them would be sitting under a mind coach. So to our viewers watching us, what is the relevancy, or why would one pay or find time to sit under a mind coach?
All right, thank you very much for that question. You know, Robert, let's go back to sports. Because it's easier for people to understand something if you give them an example that they're used to. So let's go to soccer. Let's take the two best footballers in the world today. I mean, there's this argument, who is the GOAT, greatest of all time? Is it Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi? Now, no doubt, these two gentlemen have top skills. No doubt, these two gentlemen have top potentials. So let's backtrack to when they started their careers, or when they decided they were going to go into football. With all of that talent, imagine that they did not have a coach. What do you think would have happened to Ronaldo? What do you think would have happened to Lionel Messi today? That potential would have died inside them. Now, so as young men, they gave them coaches. Coaches that looked at their potential, coaches that looked at their weaknesses, coaches that looked at their strengths, coaches that observed their mindsets based on their backgrounds and where they were coming from, and coaches that nurtured them to become who they've become today. Now, it would have been absolutely impossible for them to have harnessed, for them to have, utilized all their potential the way they have, if they did not work with coaches. And it is impossible for each and every one of us to be everything that we want to be without the support and the help of critical people. And one of the critical people, or one of the most critical interventions that you need, is the intervention of coaching. Now, Bill Gates, one of the richest and most influential men in the world for the last 5 decades, made a profound statement. He said, and I quote, "Everybody needs a coach." Now, if Bill Gates is saying that, it means that Bill Gates has been coached for decades for him to become who he has become. For the last 4 decades, consistently, Bill Gates has been top 4 richest men in the world. Now, you talked about one of the reasons why I'm in Uganda, to teach the 50 secrets of the world's most successful people. One of the people that I studied to write that book, to put together that workshop, was Bill Gates. And the 50th secret is go get a coach.
Well, very interesting. Everyone needs a coach, rightly said by Doctor. I want to go back to Samson for Uganda's perspective. Like I earlier said, that some of these very critical, very important, very destiny-defining areas or aspects of life, people in the third world may not see them or view them as that important. So let's come back home. You're in Uganda today. Samson, looking at Uganda, who needs a coach?
Who needs a coach?
Yes.
Thank you, Robert. Uganda has had very...
And maybe even additional, who are you targeting for this particular?
Right.
Yes.
Yes, Uganda has had very bad publicity about our work ethics. Dr. Lushala, sometimes we are compared to our neighbors, really all the neighbors, and they will tell you if you want output, give it to people from here, from this country. They churn out a lot more than us. That's what has been talked about us, that we are relatively lazy, we do so little and so on. So when you talk about who needs a coach, remember what I said about spotting and sparking the hidden potential. The potential is there. So who needs a coach? Everyone needs a coach. Literally. So if we are going to compete, if we are going to work as much as the people that we are referred to, we need to pull up our socks. And you know, coaching in the Western world now is taken for granted. You know, everybody has a coach. Anybody can get a coach, and they have coaches. But now it is we are the ones who need coaching the most, because we need to come up. When I give you these 8 hours when you're at work compared to the 8 hours, what that person is churning out, I should be able to churn out just as much, because we are using the same reference point, time, 8 hours at work. Why should I be churning out so little and that one's churning out so much? So it is the impact of coaching that is going to bring us up. And so again, when you talk about who are we targeting, well, obviously we want ourselves as a nation, Uganda also, to take its rightful place in nations as a very productive country. When you look at the corporate world, for example, when you hear about what is going on in the corporate world, that we would like to start from there, but at the end of the day, really everyone needs a coach. And this is even going down to bringing up the young people so that they don't they are focused, they know where they are going. That's what coaching is about, mind and behavior change. That you actually get people who are focused, they know what they want, and nothing is going to deviate them. Thank you.
Oh, it's very timely, I must say. It comes at a time when our government, actually here in Uganda, has a program called the Parish Development Model. It's about 7 pillars, and one of the pillars that I now find very important is mindset change.
Wow.
Yeah, we've done so much, but we need to look at mindset change. So how do you ensure that the people we are targeting, or the people the government is targeting, the mind does not look at what is given by government as something just to spend and waste, but as something that they can rely on to ensure that they can transform themselves. And I know soon, I hope many of those are going to be part of this conference. One time I cracked a joke and said, but when you talk about mindset change, whose mind are we changing? Are we changing the government officials? Are we looking at the peasant? But with coaches, now I understand. It can be universal.
Yes.
Everyone gets to understand it. Well, I'll be going for a very short break, and when I return, I'll still have Samson with me and Dr. Raren with me, and we'll be discussing still mind change, because I have the coaches here with me and also giving you reason why you should not miss this lifetime opportunity. We'll return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachiko. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda, haven't you heard of the Parish Development Model, PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The Parish Development Model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
irisiti ojja kumpa irisiti tompa birala irisiti ojja kumpa irisiti tompa birala mpa irisiti yange.
That's right. Insist on getting your e-receipt. It's your ticket to fantastic prizes, including motorbikes, laptops, fridges, and a fully paid 6-day safari for 2 in Uganda. Take a picture of your e-receipt, upload it to the URA website or mobile app, and you could be the lucky winner. The more receipts you upload, the higher your chances of winning. Terms and conditions apply. More details on our social media channels.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together. Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Thank you for being with us on UBC TV. It is Good Morning Uganda Extra, and today we are focusing on that is mind, behavior, change, and life coach. And this is what we want to ensure that every Ugandan watching us, or tell a friend to tell a friend about how relevant, how important you need a mind coach. It could be something maybe fairly new to many Ugandans, but its importance and relevancy is what we are discussing with the team I have. Well, I have, that is Dr. Larry Olushala, who happens to be mindset and behavior change and life coach. And at the extreme end, I have, that is Samson, who also is a mind change coach. Now, Doctor, when you talk about this, and you've done this for quite some time, you've written about a number of books, I must say, and all in this field.
Yeah.
But what has been your experience with people who undergo such sessions? Have we seen actual transformation?
Oh yes, most definitely. And you've taken the word right out of my mouth. The word that most people have used to describe the experience is, it was transformational. And what does transformational mean? It means that you were moved away from where you were to where you desired to be, to where you deserved to be, to where you were designed to be rapidly, just like that. You know? And just to give you an example, so I went to Zambia last month to run this exact same program. And I met a very, very interesting lady. Her name is Desire. And, you know, at the middle of the program, she walked up to me. I think we were having tea break. And she said to me, wow, this program is incredible. I would like you to come to Uganda, to come and deliver this program in Uganda. And I asked her why. She says, because I mean, we haven't finished the program. My life has already changed. So what do you want for Ugandans? She says, the same experience that I had, I would like to gift it to all Ugandans. And so I said to her right there and then, it is done. And here we are today, a month after, delivering the same program. And the reason we're here is simply to transform the minds and the lives of Ugandans. So it is very, very critical and very, very important that everyone that is watching this, you make sure you sign up, because your life will never remain the same. And that has always been the experience. Look, once you can change your mindset, once you can change your belief system, once you can master your emotions, and once you can make the right decisions, you will take the right actions, you will be productive, you will perform at your optimum, and you'll be highly profitable in every chosen field of endeavor.
Well, very, very interesting. And of course, who doesn't want to be successful? You know, when someone tells you that your biggest problem to your success is you, And now you know that you can change the you in you who has become an encumbrance to your success and have another you who is going to be an agent, a catalyst, a propeller to success. How then would you miss such an opportunity? So now this brings me to Samson. Someone watching us, very eager, very excited. The next thing they want to know is, how do I become part of this life-transforming opportunity?
Thank you, Robert. That person could be thinking, could be looking at themselves in their individual capacity. That person could be looking at the firm in which they work. So, at a personal level, enhancing personal effectiveness. And of course, when you do that, you take that wherever you go. So it is worth anybody attending this, because that investment is at a personal level. And the returns, wherever you go, you take that. But we're also looking at organizations. Just imagine if you got all your team, everyone, scaling up 10 times and more and doing a lot more. So we are looking at organizations, we're also looking at individuals. This is 2 days. 2 days. I don't know whether you've come, many of our people listening and tuning in have heard of a book called 10 Days That Changed the World. Here we are talking about 2 days that would change a nation, that would change an individual, that would change an organization. 2 days, and here in Kampala at the Serena. And so we're talking about registering. There is a link that is going to be provided about how you register, and towards the end of the program, the link would be on the screen, and you could have that, how you register. And so we are talking about an investment of $120 that can get you to change the whole of the whole of your future, literally. And if it's an organization, multiply that by the number of people. You know, many times we get people in our organizations complaining about, oh, we are paid so little, the salaries are not enough, and so on. But also look at what is our output when we are there. We're also doing so little and little and little. You cannot pay if there isn't anything in the pot. So this is the starting point, that for us to put so much into this pot that we can then afford to get out as much and remunerate ourselves appropriately. So this is a very good starting point, and so we are blessed to have Dr. Olushola with us to show us how do we do it. I think the key question, many of us have an idea of what we want, but the how, and that's what is going to be shown over the next 2 days.
And leaning in on what Sam has said, you know, day one is I'm delivering a very succinct message. It is possible. What is possible? It is possible for you to become anything and anyone that you desire to be. That's right. In any chosen field of endeavor, in any aspiration, it is possible. And there are some fundamental barriers that get in your way. Number one, your belief system. I'm going to be helping you change belief systems. Number two, fear. False evidence that appears real. I say to people that fear and faith are twins. They're two sides of the same coin. You need to understand the dynamics of fear. Fear cripples you. Fear paralyzes you. Fear shuts down your frontal cortex. That is the part of your brain that allows you to think and solve problems. I'm going to be helping you overcome fear. Now, failure. This is a very interesting one. I say to people that there is no such thing as failure. There is only feedback. That's right. Failure doesn't exist. Only feedback exists. A lot of people make excuses. There is a universal law that is called the law of cause and effect. It is also called the law of sowing and reaping, the law of retributive justice. Whatever you sow is what you get. Now, when you take the wrong step, you would create the wrong output. So if I'm going north and I take very fast steps in the direction of south, I haven't failed. I've gotten feedback that I'm not positioned right. And one thing that people need to do is to pause in that moment and reflect and ask themselves, what can I do differently? If I am not getting to where I want to get to, if I am not achieving the results that I want to achieve, what am I doing wrong? But oftentimes we blame everybody else rather than pause and reflect and stay in the moment. Very few of us live in the moment. We live in the past or in the future. We're going to teach you how to stay in the moment. Focus, reflect, and get that feedback and make the adjustments. Now, beyond that, we're going to now go into day 2. Having helped you deal with your fears, the concept of failure, and your beliefs. Now, day 1 is free. Haven't helped you, deal with your barriers, then we'll lean you into day 2. Now, day 2, I've studied people like Mark Zuckerberg, Warren Buffett. If you know Burna Boy, Wizkid, Beyonce, Tiwa Savage, the world's most successful people. I studied them for a period of about a decade, and I was able to extract 50 principles of their success. Now, it is important that we recognize that you do not succeed because you say you want to succeed. You do not succeed because, you copy other people that succeed. You do not succeed because you fast. You do not succeed because you pray. You do not succeed because you sow seeds. Success has a formula. That's right. Success has a formula. Success yields to principles. And it is those 50 principles that I'm going to be teaching. If you understand those principles, if you adopt those principles, if you use those principles, right, success is the outcome of principles. So day 2, I'm going to be teaching those 50 principles. It's a whole day's workshop. And the beauty about that whole day's workshop is you get 2 tea breaks and you get a 3-course meal, lunch. So all they're actually paying for is for your own comfort. You get a good venue. You would get a 3-course meal, and then you get tea breaks and snacks. So you realize that really you're not paying for the content, because I've actually come to Uganda for free. Full paid by myself and my organization. So this is a gift to Uganda. Are you going to take that gift?
Oh, I was writing and waiting patiently, Doctor, to hear you mention some of the principles that lead someone to be successful. Because you've said success is an outcome of principles, and you're going to be talking about the 50 principles of success. So I had my paper, I had my pen, and I was like, you have a saying, Chiwede. Like, I get this, all my Chiwede, it's done. But anyway, I have to be at the Serena to get those 50 principles. Well, time seems to be flying. I don't want to let go of you. But anyway, I have to. So, Samson, let me have your concluding remarks.
Thank you, Robert. These 2 days is about repositioning. When you talk about repositioning, is ensuring you are going in the right direction, you are in the right lane and at the right pace. That's how you get to where you need to get at the right time. And Dr. Olushole is going to equip us to be able to know, to confirm, yes, I'm going in the right direction, I'm going in the right lane, and I'm going at the right pace. Thank you.
Well, right lane, very interesting. Just reminds me of one of the areas in Uganda, that is the Entebbe Express Highway, where every time you find someone lost and they have parked, and yet there's road furniture. Now, Doctor, also importantly, I don't want to say that I've attended sessions under a coach, but how would one prepare their mind before entering this venue? Why am I saying so? There could be one, maybe it's a company, it says, so and so, go attend this. It could even be an individual, and you want to go and attend. I've seen many times when maybe something is done, let me use church for example, and I come from the born again faith, and you ask someone what was the sermon, and they can tell you the pastor man, the suit, I've never seen such a lovely suit. You know, someone attends and they have missed the gist. So if someone is coming for such a life transforming session, what should they have at the back of their mind? How should they prepare themselves?
You know, it's really interesting listening to you. It seems like, you know, you have the potential to be a great coach. But, you know, yes, how should you come? They asked Socrates, what is the secret of success? Socrates says, 1, know thyself. 2, know thyself. 3, know thyself. And then they asked him, why the same answer 3 times? And he says, if you do not know yourself, you can never become the best of yourself. And Francis Bacon says that it's a sad fate for a man, right, to be well known by everyone else, but still unknown to himself. Now, you need to pause at this point in your life and ask yourself, am I where I should be now? Am I who I should be now? Am I doing what I should be doing now? You must ask yourself, who am I and who am I not? What am I and what am I not? Why am I here? Now, these questions will provoke you and drive you to come on Friday and Saturday. Now, when you ask yourself those questions, you will find that you don't have the answers. And it is time for you to know that all you know is all you have learned. And all you have learned is not all there is to know. So I want to invite you to come with an open mind and come expectant. And the reason why is because you will be attending a program that you will be the subject. Have you ever attended any program that you were the subject? Yeah. You go for a program, they say leadership is the subject. They say that making money is the subject. In this 2-day program, you will be the subject, which means that you will get the greatest value that will transition you rapidly from where you are to where you deserve to be. So I invite you specially, make sure you use the link that was flashed on the screen. Make sure you register for free for day 1 and make sure you register for day 2. Guys, it is an investment in your future. That's right. If you own an organization and you want your people to be maximally productive and to perform at their optimum, you want to register members of your team. After all, there is no organization without people. There is no person without the mind. If someone loses his mind, he has lost it all. If someone's mind is not programmed right, he's lost it all. Your output as an individual in that organization and the collective output of that organization will be operating very, very low. So if you want to take your organization to the next level, this is the program to attend. And just come with an open mind and come knowing fully well that you will be the subject. But most importantly, know that all you know is not all there is to know. Thank you, Robert.
Wow. Sam, so many questions. Few answers or no answers, but the good thing is the solution is here with us. It's very dangerous for a man not to know himself when the rest of the world knows him. Have just love that. And one thing is the questions to ask yourself, are you who you want to be? Are you where you want to be? If not, then why miss this life-changing transformational opportunity? Please ensure that you're there. Tell a friend to tell a friend about what is going to happen. It's been a pleasure having you, Doctor.
The honor is
of course,
mine.
Samson. And of course, I have more questions than I had before.
That's what a coach does.
And I
He
hope
leaves you with more questions.
I'll get the answers and, of course, be where I want to be. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow, God willing. Take care of yourself, and above all, let's not miss this opportunity for God and my country.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Juko.
Yo.
Hawachikuwa.